to our Taiwanese participants of today's webinar. I'm happy to have again many people attending our webinar, our joint webinar with the Graduate School of Offenburg University of Sciences. And also, of course, good morning to our colleagues in Germany, in Offenburg, who are going to assist us. Assist us, who will have the main presentation today. First, I would like to introduce you to my colleagues. Today, Lydia Schinde is going to present, Ms. Lydia Schinde is going to present University of Offenburg together with a Taiwanese student who is currently studying in Offenburg, Mr. Li Bing Yang. Also,
thank you very much, Dr. Goldberger, for this nice introduction and the general information about studying in Germany. I also welcome everybody again to this webinar today, in which I would like to present to you Offenburg University and the possibilities for you to study here in our graduate school in the English programs. My name is Lydia Schindler, for those who have not been here for the introduction in the beginning. I'm here, one of the coordinators of the Graduate School of Offenburg University. And next to me is Li Bing Yang. You may introduce yourself.
Okay. Hello, everyone. 我是李炳阳，我是台中人，然后我毕业于台北科技大学。有什么问题等一下都可以提问。Okay.
Thank you. So let me invite you to have a look at Offenburg University and see that this may be the place to build your future. First of all, I would like to show you where Offenburg is actually located. Offenburg is in the heart of Europe, in southwest of Germany. So it's all the way in the southwest corner. You see it here in the picture. And it's a very nice town close to the French border and the Swiss border. So if you go to Strasbourg, for example, which is a European capital where you have the European Parliament in France, it's just about a half an hour. Basel in Switzerland, it's about 1.5 hours. Frankfurt, for example, where is the main airport hub in Germany. How long did it take you to come by train from Frankfurt to Offenburg? Do you remember?
Yeah, I take for around 1.5 hours for the train from Frankfurt to Offenburg. Is quite close. Yeah.
So you see the distances here are very small, and you can easily go from one place to the other by public transport. And you can visit several countries in a very short distance. Offenburg is not only in a very nice location from the country, but it's also located in the Black Forest, which is the region called here because of the nice mountainous area with the trees. So it's a very touristic region too, and many people come here just to have nice vacations because it's such a beautiful scenery and landscape, and people really cultivate their traditions and celebrate their traditional culture with many festivals. And it's also very famous, as you can see in this picture here, for its cakes and sweets. So this is very nice region also for people who just want to come and spend a nice time. And it's very famous for that. But it's also, being in the southwest of Germany, a region which is one of the Germany's strongest economic regions. So situated in Baden-Württemberg, where you have all the main very big names like Mercedes or Porsche, but also very internationally working middle-sized and smaller-sized companies. Burda is a media company, for example, that is just located next to Offenburg University, where it has a headquarters here, and it's one of the biggest media companies in Europe. Maybe you've heard of the award Bambi. That's something like the European Oscar, and it's awarded by them, actually. So you see there's a very good infrastructure here, and this is a big advantage for our students also, because as Dr. Goldberger already explained, we collaborate a lot with the economy here in southwest of Germany, and we have many research projects together, for example, with Bosch about intelligent car systems, and all these names are involved in projects here, research projects, very often student research projects also at Offenburg University. And it also gives our students the possibility to easier find practical training at these companies and so on. And later on for career, definitely. So Offenburg University is actually focusing on engineering, business, and media. It's been one of the oldest universities of applied sciences with over 50 years of tradition nowadays, with about 4,500 students right now and about 12% international students. Most of them actually in our graduate school in the international master's degree programs, which I will mainly present to you. We have 4 departments with approximately 25 bachelor's and 25 master's degree programs, and cooperations with more than 70 universities worldwide to give our students the possibility to go abroad, but also to exchange students who are coming to Offenburg to give them the possibility to study here for a while and get to know the German university system and live here with us for half a year or a year. So many students come here just for exchange, but many also come really to do their master's degree at Offenburg University. So we're very proud of having a very international atmosphere here at the campus. The joint research projects with many local and international companies of this region help us that we were ranked at position number 4 among all 21 universities of applied sciences active in research in the state of Baden-Württemberg, and that shows that Offenburg is really strong in this area of research too. Therefore, it has also been the fastest growing university of applied sciences in southwest Germany, but not only because of researching. This has been a development for the last 10, 15 years already, because students just realize that we are offering something special here at Offenburg University, and they're coming not only from this region, but from all over Germany and all over the world to study here with us at Offenburg. Offenburg offers an excellent infrastructure for you. If you're coming here, you can count on modern laboratories with state-of-the-art technology. There are more than 50 of them. Definitely you find an IT infrastructure that you need, so you can use PCs, you have Wi-Fi access throughout the campus. You have the central library with access to all German public university libraries, so you can get all the information that you need, and an e-learning platform that helps you to keep in contact with your fellow students, but also to get information from the professor, exchange information and get ideas from like you can put messages in there, you can put documents. So it's an exchange platform basically that helps you throughout your studies. And we have the student cafeterias, so you don't need to cook yourself if you don't want to. And short distances, that really helps when you're studying. Actually, everything is very close to each other here in Offenburg, so you save time and you have a very safe and friendly environment, so you can do basically everything, walking from one place to the other, going by foot, or you take your bike, and it's not even necessary most of the time that you have to take public transport, use the public transport system, because it's so close to each other that this is the easiest way to go around, actually. Yeah, so Professor Dr. Goldberger already explained you a little bit the differences between comprehensive traditional universities in Germany and universities of applied sciences. Offenburg is a university of applied sciences, and I will want to tell you again the great advantage that you will have in a university of applied sciences in comparison to comprehensive university. You have an application-oriented education with hands-on instruction, so you will not only get theories and basic research questions, but really something that you can work on and use in your professional career afterwards. So it's very application oriented. We have small student-teacher ratio. So you get a personal attention from professor. Actually, in your class right now,
Yeah.
may I ask how many students are there right now?
Yeah. My program now only have 14 students. Therefore, the professor know each one of us. And if we have any problem, we can send an email for professor. They will answer very soon. And also 14 students from 5 countries, so it's quite cool experience. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a very international experience in our international master's degree programs. And this is very common that you have 15 to 25 students in a class. So it's a real close contact in a team that you work very closely with the other students, and you also have this close contact to the professors. Something that I think is also very important for you if you study here is that our professors have to have at least an experience of 3 years outside of the university, so in private companies. If you go to a comprehensive traditional university, the big names, you might have professors in front of you who have spent their whole academic career at the university. So they cannot bring this experience from the private companies into the class. Our professors all have to have that, and this helps you as a student a lot because they can share this experience with you, they can share the contacts with you. So this is very important for us too. And this also helps us to have this close connection to industry, which gives you, again, the possibilities to find easier practical trainings and have an excellent career opportunity afterwards in these companies. Let me tell you that more than 60% of German engineers, and what's Germany known for mainly are the engineering area. So 60% of the German engineers actually graduated in one of the universities of applied sciences, and that's what Germany is most known for. But let me be more specific now. What can we actually offer to you? As Professor Dr. Goldberger told, we do not have all kinds of subjects here at our university, but we have some very interesting programs for you taught in English in these 6 different areas that I will present to you now. So the first of them is biotechnology. It's a very new program, actually. And Li Bingyang is actually studying biotechnology, so you can maybe tell us, why did you choose this program?
Okay. Yeah, I choose this program because biotechnology is kind of new field, so I think have a lot of potential. And also this is the first year, so we are like kind of pioneer, so we have many freedom. Professor always asking us like, what do you want to learn from us? So we can talk about what we really want to learn, and the professor will provide the knowledge that we want. So it's kind of more free, and you can open your adventure here. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is his first experience now in biotechnology. I can tell you it's a very interesting program, and it's actually a German-Polish double degree program. We created this program together with our Polish partner in Olsztyn, a traditional university, very famous in Poland. And so you will have an international degree when you finish with a real European degree when you finish with this program, a double degree from Poland and Germany, and a very international experience because you spent the first semester here at Offenburg University, and the second semester you already spent in Poland with our partner university. And the third semester, actually, you can choose where you want to do your master's thesis. So it's up to you if you come back to Germany. Most students actually do, because there are many options to do a master thesis together with a company here, supervised by the professor of the specific research area. Let me go to the next program then. Process engineering is the second program I would like to present to you. It's a little bit similar actually to our first program with a different focus, this time more on biotechnological or renewable energy processes, but a very similar structure. So you also have here again a very European international program with our partner university in Poland, where you spend part of the time here in Offenburg and part of the time in Poland. For this program, actually, it would be necessary that you have basis knowledge in chemical engineering, because this is what this program is based on. Very interesting also if you want to go for this direction. Our third program, Communication and Media Engineering, is a very traditional program here at our university, successful for more than 25 years in the area of communication, IT, and media technology. So if you're a professional coming from the area, have a degree in the area of computer science or electrical engineering, and want to go for this direction to work as a professional in media, as an engineer in this media technology, this is the perfect program for you. It has always been very successful. People have been graduating have been studying with us and graduating from all over the world. And it's a perfect preparation if you want to combine these three areas in one program. And this is something that's really needed in the market too, to have professionals who combine this knowledge from the three areas just presented. Power and data engineering is actually also a further development of another program that we used to have in the area of energy. It's actually been redesigned, and that's why it has a new name now, which is called Power and Data Engineering, because we realized that the future energy systems actually will, and the energy in general, will rely on very intelligent smart grids and the underlying algorithms. And modern IT and data engineering methods will be very important to organize energy nets. So this is very important, becomes even more important in the future, and therefore professionals who have this knowledge as well, how to generate energy, so they have to have a basis in mechanical engineering, but also in computer science and IT, you have to have professionals who combine these two areas in order to be successful in the future. And you know, Germany is actually in the transition right now from nuclear power to renewable energy. And this is very important, especially for systems that are relying on renewable energies, that there are these smart grids behind that are working in a very intelligent way. Therefore, professionals who combine the knowledge of these two areas are very demanded already on the market right now, and will be even more on demand in the future. Our fifth program, that I present to you is Finance, Risk and Insurance. It's a very interesting program in the area of business administration. So if you finish, you will have a Master of Business Administration, specifically in the area of export finance and trade credit insurance. So if you want to work in one of the international organizations later on, for example, in this area, or political institutions, or also in banking area in this area, this is the perfect preparation for you if you want to continue your professional career in this direction. And it's also a very interesting program concerning the fact that you have the first year, basically, you can study online. So it's a distance online learning program. And only in the third semester, you actually have to be more present here at Offenburg University. But this means that it makes it even easier for you in questions also regarding the visa, for example, as you don't need a student visa. You can study most of the time from your home country if you want. Our last program is International Business Consulting. It's a very successful program also for the last around 15 years already that we have this program, actually with the focus on international business consulting, as the name already says. So if you want to work in the area of consulting, for example, in controlling, project management, or management consulting, this can be in-house or as an external consultant. This is a perfect preparation if you want to go for this for you. And actually, this program has already been ranked in QS Top MBA several times in the area of emerging business schools, as other programs of us have won several awards also, like CME, for example. So our more traditional programs have already won several awards, and we are sure that the new programs will be as successful as the more traditional ones. Yeah, the two MBAs, let me tell you, this is definitely more for people who already have professional experience, as it is typical for MBAs. So at least 2 years of professional experience. The other programs, the engineering programs, actually don't require any professional experience, but it's always good to have some practical trainings or some experience during your studies that you can show to. But this is actually already going now to the details of the requirements what you have to bring with if you want to study in one of these programs. They all take between 3 to 4 semesters. And if you want to study one of these programs, you definitely have to have a combining bachelor's degree with good grades. So only if you have a bachelor's degree that fits, or that brings, if you bring the basic knowledge in this area, you can actually go forward for a master's degree in this area too. And you have to have the English language knowledge to be able to study in one of these programs. So we say minimum of TOEFL IBT of 79 or IELTS 6.0 is necessary to be able to study in the English programs. The only program that requires also German knowledge is our program Power and Data Engineering. There you need a German equivalent, German knowledge equivalent to B1. This means that you have to be able to already follow German classes in the second semester, because this is what this program offers to you. It gives you some elective classes in the second semester that are taught in German, and therefore this is the only program that also expects German knowledge before you come here. The other programs don't expect that because they're completely taught in English. But we also recommend you to know a little bit of German, maybe before you come already, because it makes it easier for you to get in contact with the local people and so on. You can study without knowing German, but if you want to live here, if you want to work here afterwards, it's very good to know some German. And if you want to apply, don't miss the application deadlines. They are usually at the end of March or April. And it's very easy to apply. You just need to go to our online application tool, put your data in, and you will get a first response very soon. Actually, let me ask you, how long did it take for you to, from the first application, when you put your data into our online application system, until you got your response that you are accepted at Offenburg?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After I applied for the school, I think totally I wait for like around a month. So it's not too long time and quite fast. And after you get it, you better to start to apply for your visa quick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we put the application deadline actually quite early, so you have enough time for the visa, because this is some time-consuming process, and therefore we have to put the application deadline that all early for October, that you get enough time for that. If you're studying one of the engineering programs, the fees are actually 1,500 euros per semester. This is a state tuition fee, whereas we're a state university, and that's the fee for international students. Additionally, a small administrational fee of 134 euros. So if you compare that with other international universities, I'm sure you will find that you will find a very qualified education here at our university for very low cost in comparison. The same is also the same is statement I could also give you for the Masters of Business Administration. They have a little bit different fees depending on the program, and it's the fees that you see here of 1,100 or 1,500 euros are not per semester, but for the whole program. So it's for 3 semesters each. I'm sure if you compare that with other MBA programs of the same quality, you will see that it's quite economic, because it's difficult to find such a high quality program at the same cost. They accept the applications even until a little bit later usually, but I still recommend to do the application at the same time as for the engineering programs, as we just said, because you need the time for the visa application. And in this case, that's the only, these are the only programs actually where the bachelor doesn't have to combine exactly with the master program. So you can study an MBA also if you have no bachelor degree in business administration or similar. You can even come with a degree of engineering, for example, a bachelor's degree in engineering. But then you have, what is much more important in these programs is your professional experience that has to combine. If you don't have the proof of knowledge in business administration via your bachelor's degree, you have to pass an entrance test in the first few weeks when you're here, just to prove that you have the necessary basis in knowledge in the area of business administration. You will get the information and everything that you have to study for that beforehand, so it shouldn't be a problem if you have worked in this area to pass this test. So far, everybody has managed to do this, but this is just to be sure that everybody has a basis in this basic knowledge in this area before studying together in the MBA. If you look at Offenburg, you're quite lucky in concerning the living expenses, because if you compare that with the big cities, the living expenses here are much lower because the rent is not quite as high as, for example, in Munich or Hamburg, where you have much higher rents, even for student accommodations. We say that usually students need around 750 euros to live per month. Is that your experience too, that you need more or less like that? Or
yeah, I think quite close. So take my personal experience. My house renting is for 300 euro, and every day the maximum spend I think is close to 10 euro. So a month is like total 600, and other will you buy some clothes or something other equipment. So it's quite close.
So you actually get away with a little bit less than that.
Yeah, can save some money.
Okay, that's great to hear. So this is actually still accurate. And if you want to apply for scholarships, you can also look at the DAAD website, as Professor Goldberg, Dr. Goldberger said before. Have a look at the scholarship database of DAAD. They're not offering not only own scholarships, but have a great database of scholarships that are offered by different foundations. So have a look there, and also at the European Funding Guide. All these scholarships also work for Offenburg University. It just depends if they fit to you as a person and if they're offered for Taiwanese people. So you have to have a look at that. We also offer a few partial scholarships here at Offenburg University, but I have to admit they are only open to students already enrolled who have shown a high academic performance and social commitment outside of class. So it's not possible to apply for them from your home country, and they're not full scholarships either. So they're just a little help once you're already here. You can also work to finance your study program and your studies here in Germany. It's per law, it's allowed to work a maximum of 20 hours per week and maximum of 220 days per year as a student, as an international student. There are a few jobs here at the campus, and there are also jobs that you can find, student jobs here in town. But I also, in this case, I would like to give you the recommendation that you should first take the time to see how much time you need for your studies, because they're all full-time programs. So maybe if you work 20 hours per week, you will prolong actually your time studying, and then it wouldn't really help you probably. So have a look first and don't count too much on that. Anyhow, after your graduation, you have 18 months that you can spend here with a residence permit while looking for a qualified job. And this is a quite long period which gives you enough time to look carefully which career you want to follow and look for a job here in Germany. More than 95% of our graduates actually have a job in the next 12 months, after 12 months after their graduation. So there's a really, you have really enough time to look around, and this gives you the possibility to stay here in Germany if you would like to. Well, one thing I also want to give you an idea about is our support services for international students. Actually, in 2011, we decided to take part in the International Student Parameter, which is a survey that was supported by the DAAD actually too. And many universities in Germany participated in this survey. And we just wanted to know what we can do even better, where we can support our students even better when they're arriving here, especially at Offenburg. And I'm very proud to be able to tell you that actually our students rated us #1 of German universities in assisting foreign students at arrival. So we are very proud of that, and we were very happy to see that, and we are always working on improving that even more. And I'm sure this is due to the fact that we have quite big variety of support that we can offer to you when you come here. First of all, before you get to Offenburg, we will arrange an accommodation for you. So you will not arrive here having to look for your room by yourself. And I think this is a great advantage, and which might be something that seems quite normal to you, but it's not common in all universities here in Germany, definitely not. Actually, how was it for you when you came here? Do you remember?
Yeah, that was a good experience because before I got here, I still in Taiwan. I already received my landlord's WhatsApp, so if I have any question, I can ask them. And also, as I know, all students all have accommodation, which means all the students don't have to find the house for themselves. So it's quite good.
So
Yeah.
are you living private housing now then? It's a private landlord.
Yeah, I live with a private landlord. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are two different possibilities, or you are in a student dormitory, or you can have a live in a private student residence. It just depends on the offer and your preferences too, and what we can offer to you. Anyhow, definitely you will have a room before you get here. And as he just mentioned, you can also contact your senior body, which is a person it's an experienced student that has already been here for a while. And he's personally there for you if you have any questions. Did you have a senior buddy?
Yeah, my senior buddy studied a bachelor here. And after bachelor, he studied a master here. So we are kind of classmates. He helped me a lot because I have any question I can ask them. And also after you arrive, you have to do some paperwork. So it is good that have a person that can help you a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the main reason. We really want you not to be alone with all the all the things that you have to do in the first few weeks. You have to get to know everything, and you need to do formalities. And this senior buddy will help you to go through all that and answer all your questions, show you around, so that you will feel more familiar already once you pass the first week or two. You should have an idea about how everything works, and he can still continue helping you with all the questions that you have, private or student life, whatever. We also offer information packages and English introduction events. Each master's degree program actually has an orientation weekend. Did you participate in the orientation weekend too?
Yeah, I participated, and we went to Treeback, which is in the Black Forest. That is a quite good experience, and we have some like a cultural experience there, and it's an easy way to get to know your classmates in the future. Yeah.
So it's a very good introduction to get to know each other in the class too. You will have a cultural intercultural experience. Yeah. And also seminar during this weekend. And they actually went, he just said, Treeberg. It's a very famous touristic town here in the Black Forest for their orientation weekend. Yes, and sure, you can participate in guided city tours, English city tours. What is also very important, I think, is that you have a personal one person for each study program. It's the coordinator of the study program that can help you through your studies and answer all the questions regarding your studies. And I think this is something very special too, which you will not find in many other universities, that there's one person that you can really personally turn to and has always an open ear for you and tries to help you all through your studies until your graduation, and even keeps in contact with you afterwards. How was your experience with your study coordinator, actually, your program coordinator?
Yeah, that was very good, because during the study semester, you always have some problems and you don't know who to ask. And sometimes it's not about the academic things, maybe about the documents. So there is always have a person that you can ask will be very good, and they are all very friendly. So it's a good experience.
That's good to hear. Thank you. Well, and if you want to come here a little bit earlier, instead of October, you come here already in September. You can also participate in our German summer language course. It's an intensive German course that prepares you very well, not only to learn or improve your German, but also prepares you very well for your time here as a student at our university, because you will also have a lot of excursions. You will get to know the other students. You will get to know the region, the university, and you just have a great time together, because they really have a great program accompanying the course too. You can continue in some of the programs. It's even obligatory with your German language courses during the lecture period too. And we also offer you several possibilities to practice German with local people. For example, you can start a tandem where you exchange your language with somebody who wants to learn it, and you are taught German while you are maybe teaching English or Chinese or whatever. Or you can participate in our Sprachencafé, which is once a month. People get together to practice at different tables, different languages. So it's a very good experience. You get to know other people, you have an intercultural experience, and you can practice the language that you want to practice. Have you been at the Sprachencafé so far?
Yeah, I have been to the Sprachencafé, and it's kind of funny experience, because I met a German guy and he learned Chinese for like 1 year. And we practice, I teach in Chinese and he teach me German. So it's quite a funny experience.
I'm sure you know much more German than he does Chinese.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right. Well, anyhow, so you can participate in all these programs, and the Career Center also, when you get further in your studies, you probably want to participate in the offers of our Career Center. For example, a job application training, the recruiting event at the university. So each year we have a recruiting event here, and it's impressive to see that each year we have more companies participating. We actually don't know where to put them anymore because we don't have any space for stands anymore, for any booth anymore. But there's a great interest of the companies here of this region and even of all Germany to come here for the recruiting events because they really need professionals, and they have realized that Offenburg University has great graduates and they just want to get in contact with them before they finish their studies. So you can participate in that. And we also sure want to keep in contact with you afterwards. So therefore we have our international alumni network with alumni events, and we keep you informed with newsletters and so on. So, and you have the possibility, and that's the most important, to keep in contact with each other. This is our intention, that you can network with each other and keep in contact, and this helps you not only in your career, but also just personally keep in contact with your fellow students. You can also participate in our cultural and social program, because life is not only about studies, it's also you have also free time, and we want to enjoy your free time here too. So we offer excursions to you, get-togethers, company visits, and so on. One very famous excursion is, for example, the winter excursion, where we go to the snowy mountains. Have you been to any events of the cultural program so far?
Yeah, I have been. I just mentioned before the wine festival. I have been there, and it's quite a good experience. I went there with my classmate in the future, and we have lots of fun there. And also, by the way, in this Sunday, we are going to Mercedes-Benz Museum for the excursion trip. Yeah, I think will be a quite good experience.
Yeah. So it's always a lot of fun, and you get to know the region, you get to know companies and so on. Participate in the sports. This is also a great possibility to get to know other people. We offer many different kinds of sports here at Offenburg University. A lot of outdoor sports, actually, because of the great landscape. This is a great possibility to do sports outside. But also indoor sports like dancing and so on. The lake next by also is a great possibility for sailing, so you can start to learn how to sail a little boat, for example. It's just here 5 minutes from Offenburg University. And last but not least, I want to present you something very special here at Offenburg, which is our senior service. Our senior service is actually an initiative bringing together local senior citizens and international students of Offenburg University. It's a group of people that most of them have actually already retired, of about 80 persons that just joined voluntarily because they want that international students coming here to Offenburg have an easy start, get to know local culture, get to know people outside of the university, and can feel home here at Offenburg. So these people are very open for you. They want to exchange, and they want to help you during your studies, not for academic matters, but just to give you the feeling that you're very welcome here and that you can feel home here. And many of our students have made great experience with that and feel like part of the family of some of these senior citizens, and have kept contact for many, many years. And I think this is not only great experience, it also shows that Offenburg is a very open town, very open to different cultures and very friendly atmosphere. And I'm really welcome you to have this experience here at Offenburg and in the city of Offenburg too. Actually, have you got any contact with the senior service so far?
Yeah, at the beginning of the semester, we have like a city tour by senior service, so you can very quick to know the city, and they will introduce some like history or the culture here. And also after that, if some senior guy you talk with them have very fun, they will invite you to their home to have a meal, and it's a good time that you can practice your German and share your cultural experience.
Yeah. So this is just one example of the experience and of the offers of our senior service members. Well, that's all I want to say about Offenburg University right now to you. You just have a few pictures here on my last slide that shows you a little bit about student life. Especially, for example, you see a few pictures of the International Evening that we just had last week. It's an event that we have every year. It's part of our cultural program where students present their culture, and it's amazing to see that the auditorium is always packed because there's such a big interest in these presentations, and it's always a great atmosphere. Students even prepare their own food. Have you actually participated?
Yeah, of course, it is very fun night. And I also have cooked some food for them, like bubble milk tea and some other food. And I saw like the Indian dance and some Latin dance. So it's very special for me.
It's a very special evening, and we all enjoy it a lot always. And you see some other typical pictures from student life here at Offenburg, the sailing at the lake next by, the hiking with the senior service again in spring, or our winter excursion here on the mountain picture, skiing and snow, and we are all kind of instruments that you can try out in the snow, to ride in the snow. Or you participate in our radio here, which you can see on the picture too, at the students' radio here at Offenburg University, for example. So there are many possibilities. You just need to take the chance and come and then see what fits best to you and what you really like to do. But let me give you some time also to ask your questions. Maybe I didn't answer all of them through the presentation. So Li Bingyang and me, we are both here, and we are very welcome to get your questions now. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Lydia, for this really, really interesting presentation and for the insights you gave us into Offenburg University. Students now have